Yo guys, check this out. I just bought Black Ops 2, £40. It's got a campaign, multiplayer, zombies, Nuketown 2025, the sequel to Black Ops 1. Is it worth it? Let's find out. Black Ops 2, here we go. Here we go. Main menu, you got the campaign, we got zombies, and of course multiplayer. But hang on a minute. Listen to this music. Look at the soundtrack. It's got me in the zone. Let's go. Yo, wake up. It's not 2012 anymore. Games are not really the same. Let's discuss. So gaming companies and publishers nowadays are creating a negative reputation for their approach in the creation and delivery of the art, which as we all know as video games. Their anti-consumer conduct sometimes stretches no limits, and some of the things I see are absolutely blasphemous. There's huge capital incentives from these companies to push out unfinished, unpolished games in order to meet a desirable deadline, and then slowly but surely fixing the problems of the game within the first couple of months of launch, or sometimes taking even longer, perhaps up to a year and beyond. And while they're at it, why not make the consumers lay down some more of their cash to gain access to features that should have been there at launch?
20 million in 20s.
And 10 million in 10.
And 10 million in 10s. You want any fives with that?
Whether it's Cyberpunk 2077, Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, Call of Duty Vanguard, these are just some examples of video games that have used the previous positive reputation behind the IP or the company to exploit consumers.
We've got to have money.
When the corporations behind these giant franchises learnt that they can extract more money from the gaming cash cow with a move towards gaming online features and movement towards gaming as a service within the last 10 years, this has meant that the days of spending your hard-earned cash to purchasing a complete competent product are well and truly behind us. Let's take a look at some examples, shall we? We thought this year was going to be a blockbuster year for the first-person shooter genre, with Call of Duty Sledgehammer Studios releasing their next COD. We were also expecting a next-level Battlefield game to challenge the ever-growing Warzone and to retake some of that market share. We were also expecting the return of the King, Halo, to come out swinging and firing on all cylinders after Infinite being in the oven for many years and after the disappointing Halo 5. But oh boy, were we terribly wrong. Call of Duty Vanguard is arguably the worst COD in years. In my opinion, the worst since World War II, and one of the worst ever, really. It's not a World War II game, it's a reskin of Black Ops Cold War, which is a reskin of Modern Warfare. The game lacks personality and soul, there is no style, and there's literally nothing to it. It has no identity, and it's like a bunch of random ideas fused together. It's also stuffed with these random operators. Like, who the fuck are these guys? It's a shitfest of ideas and trends copied from other games, filled with microtransactions and pointless collaborations, just to rinse players' pockets. Like these Attack on Titan anime skins. Now I absolutely love this show, but why are they adding it to a World War II game? Everything is just so random. They're trying to copy Fortnite with these collaborations, and just throwing away the identity and the art in the creation of the video game, just to follow modern gaming trends. Not to mention these embarrassing and cringy animations in a World War II game. Why? Because modern gaming wants to hoover your pockets dry. Any cosmetics, even if they're unfinished animations, or if they don't even fit the game at all, they don't care. Oh, let's also add all of these Modern Warfare-like attachments to the guns. Because yes, we definitely had those attachments on guns in the World War II era. Absolutely blasphemous. Now the gameplay isn't totally bad. After all, it's a reskin of Modern Warfare, but that's the point. Same shit, different game. Everything in this game you've seen before, so what's the point in buying it? You are not missing out on anything. Then we have Battlefield 2042, a broken train wreck of a game, a disgrace to the amazing Battlefield franchise. The game launched with endless visual bugs and graphical glitches, constant flashing, weird-ass animations, horrible netcode, busted vehicles, and a completely unfinished product, as well as lacking core features that you'd come to expect from a Battlefield game. Hey, but not just that, they didn't even apologise to the fans. They put out a message to trick you into you thinking, oh, but they're going to fix the game based off fans' feedback. But how about this, DICE? Next time release a polished and complete game. Just an idea though. The changes introduced in Battlefield 2042 weren't well received, and I wonder why. To make matters worse, pre-production has reportedly already begun on the next Battlefield game. So they've already turned their attention away from Battlefield 2042, and apparently the developers have learned valuable lessons from Battlefield 2042, and they will no longer be using 2042 as the new foundation for the franchise. No words, honestly. Of course, they will make sure to release new content as part of their Battle Pass obligations. Don't worry, they won't forget that part. But after that train wreck, they'll be thinking of new ideas to try and rinse the pockets of fans. They released some patches to fix bugs and issues, but like I said, this is a common theme in modern gaming. Release an unfinished product and spend the next months fixing issues that should have been fixed before release. Let's move on to Halo Infinite. So Halo fans have been waiting for this game for what seems like years now. There was a ridiculous amount of hype behind Halo Infinite. It was the return of the king. It was time to make their mark again on the FPS genre and reclaim their spot. But 343 and Microsoft just didn't get the memo. The core gameplay is polished, don't get me wrong. It's so smooth, and for what is there, it's really fun. The campaign is also a return to form and really enjoyable, but that's where it pretty much ends. The game, after receiving a delay, is still unfinished. It is lacking core features that have launched with other Halo games. It's lacking campaign co-op, Forge mode, there's barely any multiplayer playlists. Even Halo 3 had more playlists, and that game launched on the Xbox 360, man. There's only a select amount of multiplayer maps for arena and big team battle. And the Battle Pass has got to be one of the worst Battle Passes I've ever seen. Just filled with useless content like challenge swaps and so on. The prices in the store are ridiculous, and while I understand that it's a free-to-play game, the anti-consumer methods are a joke. This game was supposed to be the foundation of Halo for the next 10 years, and its player base is already falling off a cliff. Gaming as a service is ruining our favourite franchises, and currently it is also ruining Halo. With Season 2 beginning half a year after the game's launch, it's just not good enough for Xbox's flagship IP, and I'm stunned how they dropped the ball on this game. I think Halo Infinite can recover because the core game is actually polished and fun, but I don't think it will reach the same amount of hype and reach the same player base as it did at launch. But I could be wrong. Remember, these games are just some examples of the problems with modern gaming. It's only the tip of the iceberg, but they are some of the biggest franchises in gaming history. To see this happening to some of the biggest franchises is a very worrying sign in the future of gaming. All these companies just care about milking half-baked games and exploiting customers. The art of online video games is slowly evaporating. But is all hope lost? Are we too far gone? Is every game and franchise just hell-bent on following trends and releasing half-baked games as a live service? Well, the answer is no. Step forward Elden Ring. Elden Ring has made me very thankful that there is still some hope. Elden Ring isn't just an immersive, complex, well-crafted and magnificent masterpiece. No, it's also a complete and finished game. Hard to believe, I know. From Software showing the gaming industry how it's supposed to be done. Not only that, they didn't follow trends, they didn't pander to modern gaming, they didn't pander to critics, politics or whatever it may be. They stuck to their guns and direction, and oh boy did they deliver. Elden Ring has sold a staggering 12 million copies worldwide since launch as of March the 16th, and they deserve every applaud. Elden Ring is exactly the kick up the backside modern gaming needed. But overall guys, that is my problem with modern gaming. Drop a like if you agreed with my thoughts and subscribe for more video game reviews and discussions. I'm your host Abz, and I'll catch you next time.